The previous Pope John Paul, I think, his name is Pope John Paul, he's been made a saint. He's been idolized somehow. He's been made a saint. We know what saint means. Why? Because it's what is believed. After they've checked him out and realized that, he brought something good to society. He did that and that. And he stood up for the Christian church. So the church had to make him a saint. Probably had to build a statue there of him and all that. He's lifted. Somehow they left him to go down the grave, go down to hell. Maybe that's how he's been seen, as he's being buried that way and not mention of anything of saint. He's been left there to go to the grave, and it's traditional thing. Now they lift the body. They have to leave the grave, dig the grave. They didn't make him saint straight ahead. They have to take the grave, the body down from where they buried him again. With the assumption that they left him to go to hell, to know what is there in hell, and compared to the same thing that happened to Jesus Christ, that he died 3 days, went to hell, and then he rose the third day and went to heaven. So now they are making him a saint. They are lifting him up to heaven. It's all traditional practice, and if they believe so, it works for them. They do that. But the whole idea is, what is being saintalized here? Why should they make any saint of anybody? For what reason? And why should they even put somebody ground thinking that he's going to hell, some terrible place? Why should he go to a terrible place? Is there a terrible place out there? This is the realm that you are in. The realm is being taken over by another. It's simple as that. You allow it, it will happen. In fact, the effort has been tried in so many ways. It's being pursued in so many ways. In the Bible, he says the kingdom of God is being striving and pursuing, for triumph and for victory for whatever time it ever existed. Why? I don't know. Do they make logic? No. It's using power to achieve its aim. Just like a king or a queen, or let's say a president or a prime minister or anybody using his power to achieve something. That is not the right way to do things. Why can't you allow life to take its own course? We've waited. Life will never take its course, so we have to use means to make life take its course. Okay. The consequences that come along with it, you have to be ready to bear it up. Maybe it will be smooth during your time, but when you are dead and gone, then your generation after you or your family after you will end up facing something, because people will eventually realize certain things. Their eyes will be open. They will come to understand certain things, and those old ways, or the ways by which you took advantage of them, cannot forever exist. So woe unto those who will come after you. Your decision must be something which should be there to help from generation to generation to come, where they will appreciate you. As at now, if we look through these books and you realize that the advices there is self-centered and is sometimes even self-inflicting and conflicting in so many ways, then you are on the way of acknowledging some things. You'll be threatened, you'll be put into a situation to feel as if it is the worst blunder you've ever caused, and whatever it is. But if you make sense, that is all that matters. If I take the Bible as instance in, let's say, Deuteronomy 10, and I read through verse 14, it says, "Indeed, heaven and the highest heavens belong to the Lord your God, also the earth with all that is in it." The idea being presented here from the people who are reading it, Jehovah, through whoever prophet is using here, in Deuteronomy, maybe Moses, is demonstrating that the earth and everything inside belongs to him, including the Muslims, and everybody belongs to him. So if I'm supposed to question him and say, if the Muslims belong to you, then why are they Muslims and I am a Christian? Why are you telling them to strike the Christians? Why are you telling the Christians to strike the Muslims? What sort of rule is that? What sort of father who cares about his children will allow them to be striking each other. But if I don't meet such a test, why would I think that way? Now, am I thinking evil? Because I'm not thinking evil. It is the test there. And it opens room for such a question to be asked. Because you are a reasonable person. And you are trying to find out who your father is. Is your father inciting some character which you hate each other, that the family will sort of be violent and striking each other? And that is the case. Because we strike each other. I mean, I don't have to deep down, do Christians and Muslims share anything at all? No. Maybe they share that. We share a lot of things. There are other Christians and Muslims who love each other and be nice. I mean, I'm saying that truthfully. That's the truth. You can see Christians and Muslims sometimes working out nicely, but only on the grounds that they have ignored the facts that is before them, the fact of what they truly claim to come from their God. I mean, if Allah has spoken, these things that is written that I, with my own eyes, have read to you, and Christians, Jehovah has written these things that you've written to you, there is nothing that should suggest that they should be so nice to each other like the way they are so nice to each other. There is nothing there that suggests that. In every way, it might say peace and all that, but peace within yourself. I don't think that peace is there to for you to sort of see it as something to anything outside of the scope of which you belong to. No. They are meant to sort of, because the way a Muslim is supposed to see the things that he's been ordered not to do, if it's to do with eating of pig, and they are not supposed to eat pig, to them it is a nasty thing. It is a very defiling thing. If somebody even eat pig, I don't think a Muslim should shake that person's hand. Why should you shake somebody eat pig? Why do you shake that person's hand? That person is made up of pig. Pig has made his flesh what it is. You don't have to touch that person's hand. If you have to follow the book, excuse me to say, if you have to follow the book. But we see Muslims and Christians shaking hands every day. Alajis, people who are of high status, in the Muslim religion, people of high status in the Christian religion, they shake hands, they meet, I know there are other people who abstain themselves. They won't even go there. They don't do that. And others, so many people, they ignore all that, and nothing happens to them. In fact, they are more reasonable in their own personal experience or in their practical life than the faith that they have. That's how I see it. Because if I call myself a Christian, I am bound to abstain myself so many things and also follow through with it. That is what makes me a Christian. But if I can't, and I'm going to find ways around it, then I'm ashamed. Truly, I might not be saying it, but I'm actually ashamed of my own religion, which is the truth. That's why I don't call myself a Christian. There's nothing proud about that. And I don't envy anybody who is a Christian. They might have gold, they might have diamonds, they might have whatever riches they've acquired it through evil means. And I'm not envying them in any ways. If a thief is out there stealing and gaining whatever he has to gain, taking from something that belongs to all of us and having so much for himself, what envy do I have of him? No. I have resentment towards such a person. His greediness is starving me to death. So why should I stretch any love or care about such people or such person? No. And there is no special way of who a thief is. It's just the fact that you're taking things beyond what you're supposed to take. It's just the fact that you have a mental attitude of, believing that your God tells you that this belongs to you. Who is your God in the first place who tells you that this belongs to you? That's the thing. Have you been able to establish that? No, but you don't care as long as your God told you that. That's fine, because other people have got their gods telling them. Everybody uses that excuse. We're damn tired of it. And then somebody says, yes, that's what it says, so I go along it and I take what I have to take. I made my claim. Yeah. The goal is your front. It's right there. Take what you want to claim. But to me, I have a view of you. Others may not. Others may. I don't know. To me, I have that view of you. And that view of you suggesting tells me that you are no different